For today's 90-second insight, I wanted to focus on what's happening in the Australia banking space. So using Similarweb, I created a category of the top 10 Australian banks in order to understand who's winning and what the major trends that we're seeing across these big players. And what we see across these big players, including CommBank, Westpac, NAB, NAZ, to name a few, is that traffic versus last year is largely flat, a 0.55% decrease in this COVID time period of March through July. But when we drill down and look at the month-by-month performance, we see that versus last year, there has largely been a decrease in the past few months. But now in July, traffic is actually 7% higher. And what this signals to me is that people are starting to rely on these banks more and really utilize their services. When we then look at who are the biggest players, we see that CommBank dominates. They receive about double the unique visitors and monthly visits in July as the nearest competitor, Westpac. Westpac then has strong performance with about 3 million unique visitors, but it's really these top four that are capturing majority of traffic in the set. So CommBank, Westpac, NAB, and NAZ account for 82% of total traffic to the category, all having increased versus last month. And what this tells me is that there are really four players that dominate the space. And if you're one of these smaller players, there are areas where you can compete, but it's a difficult road because of the large market share that these larger banks have. What we can then do is look at top keywords in order to understand some of the ways to maybe attract these potential shoppers or people that are thinking about switching banks. And what we see when we look at the top non-branded keywords is that what's really popping is around mortgages and home loans. So home loan calculator, mortgage calculator, how much can I borrow, home loan. These are the top keywords that are trending, that are driving traffic to this competitive set. And when we think about why these keywords matter, it's a great place to look when you're thinking about keywords to bid behind or optimize behind, but also a great place to look for what content should I create to attract more shoppers to my site.